It must be kept in mind that receptor affinity is the primary determinant of the potency of the drug. So next is intrinsic activity. So this is basically the ability of a drug to produce a pharmacological response, or in other words we can say drug effect. So how does it occurs? It occurs on combination with the receptor. So likewise affinity, the intrinsic activity of a drug basically depends also on the chemical structure of a drug. So there are two concepts. Number one is affinity and number two is intrinsic activity. Next we are going to discuss different type of drugs, that how we classify drugs. Uh, for this, first of all I will tell you about the agonist. So agonist is any drug that on interacting with a specific receptor produces a observable positive response. So it means that upon activation, basically the agonist resembles the activity of an endogenous ligand, and this endogenous ligand can be a neurotransmitter or a hormone. There are two properties that an agonist must possess. Number one, that it has affinity, that I have discussed before, and number two, an intrinsic activity. So basically, affinity and intrinsic activity, these two properties make a molecule a agonist. Now there are some types of agonists. We are going to discuss them one by one. So there are basically three types of agonists. Number one is full agonist. So we will define a full agonist as a drug that produces the greatest response, the highest response of which the respective tissue is capable of. That if a tissue is capable of producing 100% response, then a agonist upon binding with that particular tissue produces 100% response. So it means that in terms of affinity and intrinsic activity, a full agonist must possesses the intrinsic activity equal to 1, that is maximum. If we are sketching a scale from 0 to 1, then a full agonist must possesses a intrinsic activity equal to 1 along with affinity, because if it has affinity then it is going to be a agonist. So normally we use the term full agonist or agonist interchangeably. If we are talking about that it is agonist, it means that it is full agonist, right? Now second type of agonist is the partial agonist. This partial agonist basically produces a sub-maximal response. It means that an agonist will act on the same receptor as that of a full agonist, but regardless of its dose, that how much we increase the dose of partial agonist, it is unable to produce the greatest response of which the respective tissue is capable of. That if a tissue is capable of producing 100% response, then upon binding of a particular partial agonist, it will not produce a 100% response. So it means that a partial agonist has high affinity for the receptors, but it possesses a low or moderate intrinsic activity. So it means that for a partial agonist, the intrinsic activity lies between 0 to 1. In case of full agonist, this intrinsic activity is 1, but in case of partial agonist, this intrinsic activity is lies between 0 and 1. Another important concept about partial agonist is that whenever we use this partial agonist alone, it will act as an agonist and produce the response that is positive, but this response is always lower than the full response of agonist. But if we give this partial agonist in the presence of an agonist, that there is a full agonist and then we are giving a partial agonist, so in this scenario this partial agonist will act as an antagonist. It means that it decreases the effect of full agonist. Why? Because it occupies all the receptors, it occupies the 100% of receptors, but the, if it is occupying 100% of receptors, then it is not giving space to the full agonist to bind with the receptors. So in this case, when we are giving a partial agonist with the full agonist, basically partial agonist is covering or occupying all the receptors available and is not giving a chance to the full agonist to bind with those receptors. So in this case, this partial agonist will act as an antagonist. Now comes the third type, that is inverse agonist or negative antagonist. So it is a drug, and an inverse agonist is a drug that interacts with the same receptor as that of agonist, but it produces a response opposite to that of agonist. It means that intrinsic agonist possesses affinity, but it possesses intrinsic activity, but this intrinsic activity has a negative sign, has a minus sign, that is, it is below 0. First, in agonist we are saying that it is 1. In the case of partial agonist, the intrinsic activity varies between 0 to 1. In case of inverse agonist, it is less than 0, that is, it is negative 1. So let us explain this point with a particular example. We know about the agonistic action of benzodiazepines, that whenever benzodiazepine binds with benzodiazepine receptors, it produces an inhibitory effect which is actually producing due to the agonistic action of benzodiazepines, and the response that is producing that is being produced is sedation, anxiolysis and muscle relaxation. So there is a class of drug which is called beta carbolines. They bind with the same benzodiazepine receptors and they produce stimulation, anxiety and increased in tone of muscle. So these beta carbolines, in addition to their direct effects, can block the effects of benzodiazepines.